Hello there, it's Hayley from SevereWeatherTV.com with the severe weather outlook for July 7th. So what is happening? We have Neoguri out there in the Northwest Pacific, downgraded from super typhoon, but still very massive storm. In the Eastern Pacific, two different zones of probability, 60% and 20% at the moment. In the United States, 30% chance for severe thunderstorms today and tomorrow, 5% after that. In Canada, we've got... Where'd it go? There we go. In Canada, we have watches in effect for severe thunderstorms in these yellow areas. Red is where there's warnings in effect for severe thunderstorms. So this is what is happening. Here is Neoguri out here. Neoguri is still very much a massive storm. You can just see this thing is huge. Here is a satellite loop. This thing still very much has a very well defined eye over here. This is just a massive, massive storm. And in this area, let's see if we can zoom in and show a little bit more detail. Go to this map layer. So for these islands here and here, there are emergency warnings in effect. So up here for these, they've got the emergency warnings for storm warnings, high waves, storm high waves looks like pretty much going on for all of those areas. Down here, there are emergency warnings for storm, high waves, and storm surge. So emergency warnings, pretty rare, so that's obviously something very bad. And then, of course, all of these red areas, so let's see if we filter by, for instance, high waves. All of these areas that have some sort of color have either emergency warnings or advisories in effect for high waves, for instance, with this Neoguri. Neoguri is quite a massive storm. In the Eastern Pacific, there are these two areas out here. Now, to say something very briefly, the National Hurricane Center changed their data format and apparently are no longer actually outputting, geographic information. So all you know is that there are two tropical disturbances out here. So this one I happen to know from looking at this and using my eyes. There is a 60% chance on this one and a 20% chance on this one. Both of those are the percentages in the next 5 days. Both of those are luckily moving away from land, so that is a good thing. And that's pretty much, that is what's happening out in the Eastern Pacific. Let's take a look at the models. So this is for Neoguri, so both of these, ignore that message. Both of these, everything's all messed up now. There we go. Both of these models still very much showing the same progression that it was yesterday, which is it's going to get up here, then basically turn right, basically hang out all over mainland Japan. And the ECMWF is showing the possibility for some sort of a very large-looking storm, but not very... These are the 850 millibar winds, so it's a very large-looking storm, but not terribly intense at the moment. And then the GFS has something showing up back here. So both of these models, at least at the moment, showing the possibility for a storm in the future, but very much disagreeing as to where it would end up. But obviously, something we'll keep an eye on. And obviously, the closer you get to the actual time of something, these models can be quite out there when it comes to the far future prediction, but still interesting to look at. In the United States, here's an overview of the severe thunderstorm threat for the next few days. Here is what is happening at the moment. So we've lost the tornado warning. There was a tornado warning in Massachusetts not too long ago, but still 15 severe thunderstorm warnings just all over the place and 2 special marine warnings in effect at the moment. In Canada, let's see if everything is still up to date. So this over here, all of the yellows, severe thunderstorm watches. And then down here, if it is... Nope, okay, so they lost the severe thunderstorm warning. That was what was that red area. So severe thunderstorm watches at the moment. So just severe thunderstorm watches in general for Canada. For the US, in general today, 5% chance for a tornado for this area, but 2% for this huge. This is an absolutely huge region for a 2% tornado chance. However, 30% chance for the severe winds, which would be winds 58 miles per hour and greater, and we also have the black hatched area. So what that means, everybody else, 58 miles per hour and greater wind threat. In the black hatched area is where there's an enhanced risk that the winds that occur will be 75 miles per hour and greater. Hail map, similar-ish story, at least with the black hatched area. 30% chance for the 1 inch or larger hail, so 1 inch or larger hail for everybody in the black hatched area. There's the enhanced threat for the 2 inch or larger hail today. Tomorrow, 30% chance again for this large area over here, and then 5% for pretty much, that's a huge swath of the country. 5% back here as well. That is it for today, and hopefully you're staying safe out there.